Tsunamis are one of Mother Nature's worst nightmares. These powerful waves can move as fast as a jet airliner and are capable of destroying anything and everything in its path, from office buildings to entire neighborhoods and villages. Tsunamis can be generated by any significant displacement of water in oceans or lakes, though are most commonly created by the movement of tectonic plates under the ocean floor during an earthquake. But they can also be caused by volcanic eruptions, glacial carving, meteorite impacts, or landslides. Although they are seen in every ocean on Earth, 80% of the world's tsunamis occur in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Hello, and welcome to our channel. Before we continue, a sub to the channel would be most amazing, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more of our videos. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at 10 of the most destructive tsunamis in human history. Number 10. Ryukyu Islands, Japan, April 24th, 1771. A magnitude 7.4 earthquake is believed to have caused a tsunami that damaged a large number of islands in the region. However, the most serious damage was restricted to Ishigaki and Miyako Islands. It is commonly cited that the waves that struck Ishigaki Island was 85.4 meters high, but it appears this is due to a confusion to the original Japanese measurements and is more accurately estimated to have been around 11 to 15 meters high. The tsunami destroyed a total of 3,137 homes, killing nearly 12,000 people in total. It has been estimated agriculture was severely damaged because of seawater invasion, and the population decreased to about 1/3 of what it was before the earthquake. Following the tsunami, the damage it caused was such that it led to a famine that lasted for 80 years. Number 9. Northern Chile, August 13th, 1868. This tsunami event was caused by a series of two significant earthquakes, estimated at a magnitude of 8.5 off the coast of Arica, Peru, now Chile. On August 16, 1868, the ensuing waves affected the entire Pacific Rim, with waves reported to be up to 21 meters high, which lasted between 2 and 3 days. It hit 2 American ships, killing all but 2 crew members. The Arica tsunami was registered by 6 tide gauges, as far off as Sydney, Australia. The port of Arica was also wiped out by the tsunami by knocking down buildings and homes and causing an estimated 25,000 casualties. In total, the tsunami caused about $300 million in damage and took the lives of 70,000 in South America. Number 8. Senrikyu, Japan, June 15th, 1896. This tsunami propagated after an estimated magnitude 7.6 earthquake occurred off the coast of Senrikyu, Japan. A deadly tsunami hit Honshu, Japan after the earthquake took place at the underwater fault and caused a serious displacement of water. People in Kamaishi, along with Sanriku, coast off of Honshu, felt a quake that happened 120 miles away, but many of them ignored it. Less than 30 minutes later, the tsunami was reported at Shirahama to have reached a height of 38.2 meters, causing damage to more than 11,000 homes and killing some 22,000 people. Reports have also been found that chronicle a corresponding tsunami hitting the east coast of China, killing around 4,000 people and doing extensive damage to local crops. Nearly 27,000 people in total were killed by the tsunami that day. Number 7. Nankaido, Japan, October 28th, 1707. A magnitude 8.4 earthquake caused sea waves as high as 25 meters to hammer into the Pacific coasts of Kyushu, Shikoku, and Honshin. It was the largest earthquake in Japanese history until surpassed by the 2011 Tohoku earthquake. This event ruptured all the segments of the Nankai megathrust simultaneously, the only earthquake known to have done this. It's possible also triggered the last eruption of Mount Fuji 49 days later. Osaka was also damaged. A total of nearly 30,000 buildings and homes were destroyed in the affected regions, and about 30,000 people were killed. The earthquake caused at least one major landslide in Shizuoka. This landslide was one of the 3 largest in Japan and is called the Oya landslide. It buried a 1.8 kilometer squared area under an estimated 120 million meters cubed of debris. In the Nara Basin, the earthquake made the soil behave like a liquid. Number 6. Ensenada Sea, Japan, September 20th, 1498. For the same reason Japan is famous for hot springs, It's also known for its tsunami-causing earthquakes. It sits near where several continental and oceanic plates meet in the Pacific Ocean, and in 1498, those plates shifted. On September 20th, 1498, an 8.6 magnitude earthquake occurred near the Nankai Trough, which runs parallel to the southern coast of Honshu, and triggered a powerful tsunami that hit the coast of Miyonaki, Japan. The waves were powerful enough to breach a spit, which had previously separated Lake Hanmana from the sea. There were reports of homes flooding and being swept away throughout the region. A tsunami caused by the earthquake washed away the building housing the statue of the Great Buddha in Kamakura, although the statue itself remained intact. The 56-foot-high waves came ashore and killed an estimated 31,000 people. Number 5. Krakatau, Indonesia, August 27, 1883. This tsunami event is actually linked to the explosion of the Krakatau caldera volcano. On August 27, 1883, the volcanic island of Krakatoa in the Sunda Strait erupted. After multiple eruptions, the walls of the volcano began to open, and seawater poured into the magma chamber, which resulted in a catastrophic explosion that destroyed 2/3 of the island. A deadly series of tsunamis followed the explosion. Multiple waves as high as 37 meters were propagated by the violent eruptions ashore in Indonesia, India, and surrounding islands. The powerful tsunami wiped out several coastal settlements and killed around 40,000 people in total. However, as many as 2,000 deaths can be attributed directly to the volcanic eruptions, rather than the ensuing tsunami. The sounds produced by this volcanic eruption are considered to be the loudest sounds ever heard in modern history, spreading 3,000 miles from the island chain. 3 volcanic peaks erupted over that 2-day period, unleashing energy 4 times the strength of a Tsar Bomba. Number 4. Messina earthquake and tsunami, December 28, 1908. On December 28, 1908, an earthquake, lasting for less than a minute, shook the cities of Messina and Reggio. The earthquake was registered at a magnitude 7.1 and caused severe damage to the cities. Only a few moments after the shaking, 12-meter tsunami waves came crashing into Messina and other coastal towns, destroying almost all of the structures. It was one of the most destructive earthquakes ever to strike Europe. It was proposed that the tsunami was not caused by the earthquake itself, but rather by an undersea landslide which was caused by the earthquake. There was no warning about the tsunami, and the town was extremely underprepared. The earthquake and the tsunami destroyed almost all the buildings in Messina and may have killed between 75,000 and 85,000 people, which significantly reduced the city's population. Number 3. Lisbon, Portugal, November 1st, 1755. On November 1st, 1755, megathrust earthquake was centered in the Atlantic Ocean and severely damaged Lisbon, Portugal. Researchers suggest that the quake may have reached a magnitude of 9.0. A deadly tsunami immediately followed the earthquake, washing over the harbor and downtown area. The waves swept up people and debris into the sea, wrecked boats, and destroyed homes and buildings. The devastating effects of the tsunami could be felt in most coastal towns throughout Spain, Portugal, and North Africa. Approximately 10,000 people died in Lisbon only during the natural disaster. In the center of Lisbon, it opened fissures 15 feet wide. Survivors of the quake rushed to open spaces, only to see the waters recede and reveal the seafloor. After 40 minutes, 3 large tsunami waves inundated the area, forcing people to flee for their lives. The total life claim of the earthquake and tsunami was as much as 60,000 to 100,000 people. Number 2. North Pacific Coast, Japan, March 11, 2011. The 2011 earthquake of Tohoku was the most powerful earthquake to have ever hit Japan, and the 5th most powerful earthquake in recorded history. It registered a 9.0 in magnitude and was preceded by large force shocks and hundreds of aftershocks. The main quake lasted several minutes, producing seismic energy that could provide a busy city like Los Angeles power for an entire year. The resulting tsunami produced a record-high waves of over 30 meters and inundated several hundred kilometers of land. Within minutes after the quake, the high waves came ashore along Japan's coast, damaging roads, railways, and causing a dam to collapse. More than 18,000 people lost their lives in the resulting tsunami. The violent shaking resulted in a nuclear emergency in which the Fukushima nuclear power plant began leaking radioactive steam. The Tohoku tsunami was the most expensive natural disaster ever recorded, costing the US equivalent of $300 billion. Number 1. Indian Ocean Earthquake and Tsunami, December 26, 2004. On the morning of December 26, 2004, an underwater earthquake with a magnitude of 9.1 triggered a massive tsunami that swept across the Indian Ocean. The tsunami first struck Indonesia, followed by Thailand, Sri Lanka, India, South Africa, and 11 other countries in a matter of hours. According to some scientists, the amount of energy released was so great, the Earth's rotation was slightly altered, and wobbling of its axis occurred by 2.3 centimeters. The Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004 killed more than 283,000 people. It produced waves 50 meters tall and reached 14 countries. Estimates determine that the material losses from the immense destruction were about $10 billion. There was also long-term environmental damage, displacing hundreds of thousands of people as the tsunami destroyed villages, resorts, and farmland and fishing grounds. Of all the worst tsunamis, this one is the deadliest of them all. These were the most destructive tsunamis in history. That's all from my side today. If we missed a more devastating tsunami than these, please let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.